Konnichiwa, it's late at night, it's like 1 a.m. I should be sleeping, but I'm working as usual. Today I wanted to talk about a few videos I saw on the internet that kind of bothered me, okay? Today's topic is, I really don't believe people can be conversational in 6 months in Japanese. I guess it depends on what you mean by conversational. Like, the people making these videos saying you can learn any language in 6 months or 3 months, you should ask them. You should stop and be like, look, so what do you mean by conversational? A lot of times, you know, they're full of crap and they're usually trying to sell you something, typically. Other people, they just want to give you that false hope. I'm not here to burst your bubble. I truly believe hard work does pay off. So you will learn a lot of Japanese or whatever language you're studying if you just sit down every day for like 10 hours a day for 6 months. You will get somewhere, I promise you. But you will not be able to completely articulate yourself in Japanese or whatever language you're studying unless you're like a genius. We're talking that top 1%, Rain Man card counting genius, okay? Yeah, there's people that are like pretty smart and you have average smart and some people in the lower level of intelligence, but you work hard, but in the end of the day, you're not gonna memorize like this whole book in a month. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just realistic. I'm a realistic person. When I first came here, honestly, I was completely unrealistic, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, 6 months, I can learn Japanese in 6 months or a year. I got this, right? I learned katakana and hiragana in 2 hours, I was like, I got this, but no, it's not true. You can't learn, like, you can't be like fully articulate conversational in 6 months. In 6 months you can probably ask where's the bathroom, introduce yourself, tell people what you can and cannot do, say your favorite color, maybe respond by giving your phone number, order food. So you can do a lot of things, but you're not going to be able to fully articulate yourself. Also, like, keep in mind when you come to Japan and most people are like, okay, once I get to Japan, I'm going to either work or I'm going to jump into a Japanese school, right? And these people typically already did, Japanese in high school. Maybe they did some running start and they did Japanese there, and now they're going to come to Japan and go to a Japanese language school. Well, average Japanese language school is like a 1.5 years for the really intense program, and it's really, really expensive, first of all. Or it's 2 years for a less intense program. I know this because I did it actually, and I failed out. And I did the intense program. I think I failed out after like 3 months. I mean, I did really terrible at first, and after 2 months I caught up to the speed, really, so I adjusted very quickly after. But my daughter was getting sick and stuff like that a lot, because she was like 1 year and 4 months old, and we put in this daycare. Long story short, the daycare was terrible and she's getting sick every day. So I switched to a lesser language course so I could watch her more, and the course was so slow, it just bored me and I just ended up quitting. So, but it doesn't mean I stopped learning Japanese, I still practice. So yeah, and I'm not saying that you can't do it because I can't do it. I'm just trying to allow you guys to really open your eyes before you come here and prepare yourself to get into the mindset of actually sitting down and working hard. Because when I hit this book, I go 10 hours a day, okay? So the first day I got this book, 10 hours, I made it through 123 pages, okay? First day. Right now I'm on page 200. That's 2 days of work, okay? And for me, a lot of it's review, because my main thing was conversation and vocab, so I have a really high vocab for Japanese. For example, I'm not bragging at all, it's just that when I was in America, when I talked to Japanese students, their biggest problem was lack of vocabulary, and I took that to heart. And when I came here, I talked to a lot of my buddies, and their same problem, even if they're ahead of me, they're a lack of vocabulary. So I was like, okay, I should probably really focus on vocabulary. So that's what I did. One day, the most vocabulary I learned, so I studied 1,000 words, okay? And this is a course of 10 hours. One day, no music, no distractions, no nothing. Very quiet environment. And I memorized 500 words in one day. This is literally one word every single minute for about 8 to 10 hours, okay? So it was really intense, right? And that was the most I've ever memorized, like vocab-wise. So I'm actually really good at picking up words, but phrases is a different story, you know? So once you master words, you're gonna move on to phrases, just like a kid, a 2-year-old, right? When you're a kid, you're like, Daddy, Mommy, and yes, no. Eventually you're like, I like Daddy. You start putting things together, you know? So understand when you first come here, you're gonna be kind of like a baby. And I know some of you guys took classes in America or in high school and you did really well, but those are baby classes. I didn't know that until I got here as well. So I'm just giving you a heads up. So, and if you're not like incredibly school smart, you know, I highly recommend getting like a part-time job and just studying on your own. You'll save a lot more money. This book was 35 bucks. The second book's 35 bucks, 70 books total. They're a little cheaper than college books, but they're still really expensive. Japanese language school, depending on the school, the starting fee could be $1,000. Then they have an application fee of $100. And then the whole year might cost you maybe like $8,000 to $10,000. So it's pretty much just going to college, kinda, you know. The difference at the end of it, you don't get no degree. You get no degree. After you're done, after you graduate, after you're successful, that's when you move on to either your Japanese life or you move on to your Japanese college. Because I guarantee if you can make it through the 2-year program, from that point on, you can actually go to college in Japan. So that's a really big possibility. It always just depends on money. So if you have the money to do it, then you should be good. But anyways, hit the books hard. Don't kill yourself. Take breaks. Go out with your friends. Enjoy yourself. Don't be locked in a room to a point where you're depressed. Okay? Because it's very easy to get depressed in a place where literally you cannot speak to anyone around you. Okay? So you gotta maintain contact with your friends that speak English as well. That's what balances me out, because sometimes I get a little down, and then I have like a good conversation with one of my English friends, and then I go back to speaking Japanese, watching Japanese, listening to Japanese, and memorizing Japanese. So yeah, so hit the books hard as well as you can. Just saying, don't listen to what some of these like random YouTubers say. Like even me, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying, be prepared to work hard once you come here, okay? I know you're working hard before you're coming here, but once you get here, work even harder. If you're new to this channel, thanks for subscribing and watching, and I will put forth more effort to talk to you guys. You know, I truly feel like I'm not talking to you guys like I should, or connecting like I should, and I want to connect more, you know, on a personal level, on a friendly level. Anyways, I rambled on enough. Yeah, until next video.